Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Functional Medicine with me, Dr. Howard Robbins. By the way, before I begin, I want to urge everybody, if you like our shows and you see all the different diseases and conditions that uh, may be beneficial in helping you, and that's our goal, is to come up with safe and effective ways of treating these things, and even for the most part, curing them. Subscribe to our channel and tell your friends about it. As we pick up more and more subscribers and people listening, it gives us the reason and the incentive to continue on. I appreciate all that. We're going to get to part 3 now of our discussion on how to treat allergies. It's a very complex subject. Part 1 talked about various ways of helping. Part 2 is talked about ozone therapy and the importance of ozone therapy in treating allergies and why it works so well. Sometimes that's all you need. A lot of people don't have access to it or can get by without it to some degree if they could improve their body and their immune system. And this part is going to give you the finishing touches to it all the various supplements that you can take that could make a very big difference to the quality of life that you have if you suffer from allergies. So I'm going to get right to it because we try to keep these various ones short and sweet. First, vitamin A. You need at least 10,000 IUs a day. It can help in the prevention of allergies, along with vitamin C. Take 1 to 3,000 milligrams of vitamin C. 10,000 IUs of vitamin A is important. Vitamin D3 is extremely important as well. You can't really take too much of it. I like to recommend 2, 3, 4, 5,000 IUs of vitamin D3 a day. And of course, you need vitamin K2 to help in that absorption. So everybody, often they make combinations of vitamin D and vitamin K2, vitamin D3 and vitamin K2 available. Vitamin C, 1 to 3,000 milligrams, taken literally every 2 hours while you're awake. That's 5 or 6 doses a day. Why? Because vitamin C is only in your body about 2 hours. It's used presuming you took a good quality one. Now remember, you have to have a gut that can absorb all these supplements and nutrients. So if you don't have a healthy gut, you've got a problem. And most everybody is walking around with yeast overgrowing in their gut because they've had an antibiotic even once in their lifetime. And that's why Doctors Biome, okay, you go to doctorsbiome.com, okay, Doctors Biome, DoctorsBiome.com. And you can use my coupon code that I give my patients, Howard35, and get 10% off the retail price because it's not cheap. And you might say to yourself, well, I'm taking a probiotic. What do I need it for? I eat yogurt. What do I need it for? No, 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 no. You need bacteria that can survive the stomach over 90%. They're called next generation probiotics. And you need bacteria that can stick to the wall of the gut and get yeast in balance again and destroy harmful bacteria that are living there. That's where Doctors Biome comes in because they're also not only next generation, but smart probiotics. They didn't go to Harvard, okay? They actually are created to stick to the wall of the gut. They change their genetic expression when they reach it, and they become part of you, growing in number every day. And remember, they're a living probiotic. All 15 patented strains are living from day one in a 100% organic vegetable fruit juice. So it's very important that you repair your gut so that all these things I'm telling you to take will absorb into your blood to a greater degree, if not completely. All right. That's why taking what sounds like a lot You don't want a mega dose, but taking what sounds like a lot really is as much as you think. And most of you are going to say, well, I really don't need the probiotic. I can't afford it. Big mistake. That's why you're listening to this show, because you really need to do what I'm suggesting, the way I suggested, if you want to get the results you're supposed to get. Other you're going to say, oh, he told me to take all these things. It didn't work. Yeah, because you didn't do number one, get a healthy gut. So now, B complex, it's important to, these are basics: vitamin A, D, E, vitamin C, B complex. These are basic multivitamins that everybody needs to take because of their overall benefit. N-acetylcysteine, NAC, along with alpha lipoic acid, help your body make more glutathione. Please don't take glutathione orally because it's completely destroyed in the stomach. There'll be companies that tell you it's not, oh, they've made a version of it, usually way more expensive, and they generally don't work. But you can make your own natural glut by combining vitamin C, N-acetylcysteine, NAC, and alpha lipoic acid. And when you combine these things, and with alpha lipoic acid, 25, even maybe 50 milligrams a day is more than enough. The NAC depends. They usually come in a cysteine, in a stable form. Capsules, 1 or 2 capsules, along with the alpha lipoic acid each day should be enough. CoQ10, very important to improve cellular oxygenation. I have my notes here. You see me looking down. I don't want to leave anything out. So you'll forgive me that. I just don't remember every single one off the top of my head. So I put them all down in a way so it should be good. Ginkgo, very valuable in many things, helps in blood flow. So it's going to get to move things around, make certain everything reaches all your different organ systems. Golden seal has been used probably for centuries. Native Americans used golden seal. They generally come in standardized forms, most of these other things. And a standardized form says take 1, 2, or 3 capsules. Always start with 1 capsule, and then you can go to 1 capsule 3 times a day, then 1 capsule, 2 capsules 3 times a day, and as much as 3 capsules 3 times a day. Remember, you will not be absorbing it all. So taking a little more is usually not harmful. Grapeseed extract, very valuable and important as a natural antihistamine. And you could take 100 milligrams or 200 milligrams if you need it 3 times a day. 1, 2, 3. I like 3 times a day because this way you're constantly putting it into your system and you'll use what you need, and then the rest gets destroyed, urinated, defecated away, whatever. If you're having a severe reaction, licorice root is also very good, very beneficial. 500 milligrams, 400 to 500 milligrams. Also 3 times a day, I think would be beneficial. MSM has been used for a long time now, methyl sulfonylmethane. MSM used to be like a waste product, but it's very good for asthma, allergies. 1,000 milligrams a day should be enough of that. There's lots of various minerals. I like to say you could use sea salt in your diet and get all the trace minerals that you need. 50 milligrams of zinc a day, zinc piconolate, might be good for 25 for women, 50 for men, might be beneficial to take. Garlic, you can eat the raw garlic is always the best, but you should have it as part of your diet. You can juice it. I don't particularly prefer the deodorized garlics that's in capsules. You can try it. I just think it's better to eat the raw food, and you can, like I say, put it in various things. I like to make tahina, fresh tahina with that and a little lemon juice. There are herbs like astragalus and echinacea that boost the immune system. Um, Ginseng, a wild Siberian ginseng is also another very valuable thing. Um, there's so many herbs. Um, Horehound, wild ch cherry, wild cherry bark, uh, American Angelica, uh, eye bright if you have inflammation in your eyes from allergies. Um, Turmeric, anti-inflammatory, very potent anti-inflammatory. Um, Oil of wild oregano, another very powerful anti-inflammatory, among other things that it does. Motherwort, you can also use motherwort. I'm thinking now that would also be another anti-inflammatory. The key is to reduce inflammation in the body. And by reducing inflammation in the body, you don't react to allergens as strongly. Boost your immune system. That's where ozone therapy, intravenous ozone therapy comes in to cleanse, detoxify, and boost your immune system. And then some of the herbs do that also. Um, Chiropractic is very valuable because if you don't have the right innervation to all your organs, your immune system is not going to work functionally as well. Acupuncture, very valuable to open up the energy flow in all the meridian systems if if you have a lot of allergy problems. Um, Bach flower remedies. You can take the basic one. They've been very beneficial in treating allergies. Homeopathy, you're going to hear about homeopathy. I'm mentioning it only because it's complicated and you have to really have a really trained and skilled homeopath to give you the right things. Um, Again, you want to avoid foods that are highly inflammatory, like refined sugar, well, sugar in general and refined sugars, wheat and refined wheat flour, flours, um, uh, corn, dairy, um, even yeast can be a problem. You want to avoid a lot of these foods, and of course, avoid anything that's artificially colored, flavored, or preserved. You want to do everything as natural as possible and everything hopefully as organic as possible. So these are all the different, not all, but a majority of the different supplements that a person can take. You can go buying all these different supplements and taking them every day. You have to get a second mortgage on your house to pay for them all, and you won't have any room in your stomach for food because you'll be swallowing these pills all the time. So you want to take the ones that we started with and then add on those that are affordable that you can take in addition to. Keep in mind, you got to be well hydrated, 3 or 4 liters of water a day, vitamin C, 5 or 6 doses a day, and Doctor's Biome are the three basics, and then add all these others on as best you can afford to do them. And please don't buy necessarily the most expensive brands, but don't go for the cheapos either. The cheapos generally come from sources that aren't as absorbable, bioabsorbable. That means you can pull them into your blood. Bioavailable, that means your cells can uptake them. And then bioutilizable, that means that now that it has it, it can do something with it. So you got to buy quality. That is the key. I don't recommend particular brands for various reasons. For those of you that can't get intravenous ozone, go to promolife.com, call them up. Okay, call them up, tell them you heard about it here on the Dr. Robbins show and that you want to get set up for home care. And they'll do something special for you if you tell them that, in terms of giving you a discount or something. And start doing rectal insufflation, ozone enemas. And if you have sinus problems, get their, they have a very, very cool thing that you can sort of snort up into your sinuses. All right. And you can talk to them about that. We keep it set up in my kitchen all the time in case we think we're getting something there. And that'll destroy any allergens and infections and whatsoever that are in your sinuses at any given moment. And that can make a very big difference to whether you have congestion, runny nose, and things like that as well. Rectal insufflation you can do, as I may not have mentioned in the other show, twice a day, morning and evening. They have videos explaining it and everything else. And that'll put some ozone into your body that can cleanse, detoxify, and boost your immune system. I want to thank you all for listening today. Please listen to all three parts. It's that important. Don't just listen to this one part. And hopefully, we'll be able to help you overcome all your allergies, perhaps your asthma, and things like that. Everybody, remember, become a subscriber, stay healthy, stay well, tell your friends about the show. Bye now.